A lonely day, and it's mine, the most loneliest day of my life.
So the story of Disconnect is about Benjamin Barrett, who is a door-to-door insurance salesman. He really doesn't have any connections in this life, and he's pretty lonely. The only living relative that he has is his brother Andrew, who is in the hospital, or hospice I should say, with Lou Gehrig's disease. And he's in the advanced stage, and he's not really able to communicate anymore. So his brother goes, Ben visits Andrew, and he sees how far his brother has declined in health, and he's really getting scared about his brother and realizes that that's the only person that he has a connection to. He calls his brother every night at 10 o'clock, even though Andrew can't talk. He just, being on the phone is enough for them. And then after his brother passes, he realizes there's nothing holding him back in the world, and he doesn't really want to be here anymore. So he posts a suicide ad, I would say, on a chat forum where he's just asking for somebody to call him every night at 10 o'clock and just talk to him until he eventually commits suicide. And a young woman by the name of Laura Mitchell answers the ad, and she talks with him over a period of time, and eventually the two really begin to connect and fall in love with one another. So it's kind of this cute little dark comedy tragic love story that is Disconnect.
I play Benjamin Barrett. Benjamin Barrett is a guy who lost his parents. His brother is sick and he's dying. So Ben has all this weight on him, and he's just kind of sleepwalking through life. And when his brother finally passes on, he kind of loses it, and he needs help from somebody. And he's searching for help, but he doesn't really know if he wants it at all either. So that's when Laura comes in, yes.
I play Laura Mitchell in the show. She is the woman who calls Benjamin and talks with him. She's really patient and very understanding, and she's just there for him. She's the rock for Benjamin.
I played Andrew. I was the sick brother for the lead character played by Tony, and I died.
Well, I'm not a chain smoker, as it is shown in the movie. But I think the one thing you could find in common between me, that I found in common between me and Ben, would be just, you don't know what the future is. You know, I don't know, it's just every day. Like, sometimes you get in those moments in your life where it seems like every day is exactly the same. And, I mean, that's what you kind of try to reflect on and kind of remember as I was doing this movie for Haley and you guys.
Characteristics or personality traits that Laura and I share are not her main ones. I am not a very patient person, and that's pretty much the epitome of Laura. But I think she's got a good sense of humor and an ability to talk to people who are not willing to talk and make that step for initializing conversation. And I think that's something that her and I have in common, is just the understanding, I guess, that everybody takes their own little time.
Well, Haley wanted me to just kind of sit there because I was supposed to have Lou Gehrig's disease, I think. So like I couldn't move or anything. So I just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna get in character, and I just sat there still for like the entire time that we did it, other than like moving my head a little bit and my eyes. So I don't know. I'm kind of more reserved, so I think that came in handy because it's like, okay, I can get into this character and just be still. So I don't know. I guess maybe that aspect of it.
Originally, I wasn't supposed to play her. I had cast an actress in the role because I was also directing and I didn't want to be involved in my own show. But I think it worked out, and I really admire the character Laura a lot. So it was an experience to get to play her and direct at the same time. But I enjoyed it. It's just a little weird editing. You're in the moment and you're editing, and then you see yourself and you're like, ugh, keep moving.
Day that I can't stand.
So in filming Disconnect, we used this house quite a lot for a lot of the shots because I live here, and so it was easy to film here. So this was the house that we used when Benjamin was making his sales. So we used it both times for the first sale that he didn't get and then the second sale that he did make. So he walks up through here and he can't come up here, and he just knocked on our beautiful door, and then it's open. This was also considered part of his house when he left. This is his mirror that he used to look in and to get ready for his day before he left. But mainly the upstairs was Laura's space, mainly because of the big window here. It let in a lot of natural light, and Laura was the shining light, so she was supposed to be bright. Most of Benjamin's space was downstairs. So let's go downstairs and check that out. So I wanted to use the downstairs here because technically it's considered the basement, so there isn't a lot of natural light, so it would be a little bit more gloomy and dark. And in here was Andrew's room, and this chair was turned so that he could look out the window, and at this time there wasn't any snow on the ground. So there was this dead, dying plant in here that I really liked because, number one, you can't actually look out this window because there's a big white barrier from the outside. And then there was a dead plant, and it was just kind of symbolic of his passing and his, or his future passing. And then Andrew's bed was just this brown comforter and some white pillows. But really that was Benjamin's space in the room here. So let's go take a look at Benjamin's room. This room is actually my roommate's. He's not here, so we're gonna sneak in. And I liked this room, number one, because it's a very manly room, as you can tell by the posters. A fella lives here. And we had littered the desk with more beer cans, and the bed was, I don't think the bed was ever made, which helped with Benjamin's dishevelment and messy lifestyle. Yes, this window became a problem when we were filming our night scenes because it let in too much light. So we had to hang a blanket over it, and all I had was a red blanket. So we took that down and used the room again for another shot. We were supposed to use another house for filming, but schedules didn't line up, so we weren't able to go in there, so we had to make do with what we had, but I think it turned out. And so that was a tour of the set and locations that we filmed at that are specifically in the house.
Such a lonely day, and it's mine.
Hello, I'm Haley Jacobsen. I wrote Disconnect, I directed it, I produced it, I'm editing it right now, I acted in it, and I'm also designing sound for the show. So that's a lot of stuff. And remember take your pills, take your meds, whatever you're gonna say. Okay? Whenever you're ready. There we go.
What the hell?
We're gonna do that one more time.
Is that me?
That's just you.
Hello?
Hi, this is Nurse Haley Jacobsen calling from the hospice. We just were calling to tell you that your brother passed, and we're gonna need you to come pick up his things. This one can be from, like, my legs up, but, like, my face is gonna be turned to the side.
You have no idea the person I am.
I'd like to know. Nancy. Say me too. Well, sort of, I sell the American dream. Yeah, what's that? Shoes, then you chuckle. Oh, he's good.
That was good.
So, character-wise, it was just about, you know, giving Benjamin the time to adjust and to get comfortable. And I think that really opened the door for him to realize that he's not this crazy, nutso, door-to-door insurance salesman. And I think once somebody accepted him, he was finally able to accept himself. So that's kind of also the writing aspect, or the goal that I was coming from when I was writing the show. And in the film, I wanted to use colors to identify them as growing together. So Benjamin's main colors are blue and the darker colors, and Laura's in white and yellow and the lighter colors. But over the course of their conversation, I wrote it so that Laura is wearing a blue jacket, or she has a blue coffee mug in the background that she's using, just to symbolize the two growing together. And eventually Benjamin wears brighter colors, like a white t-shirt, and just the very simple things like that to show them coming together in a love story. Well, this was supposed to be a one-man band, but I definitely lucked out with having people come and be willing to help me out. Even when some people weren't able to be there, I had people stepping in who were willing to participate, and that really helps to relieve stress. So I had somebody else working a camera so that I could have two cameras going at one time instead of running around and being crazy. And I also got to incorporate those people in my film. They were answering the doors. Editing Disconnect has been an experience and a challenge, but I think I've met the challenge, especially with help from outside eyes who can look at the show and be like, well, this doesn't really make sense, how did this happen, or why did you do this? And I've been really able to adjust to the needs of the audience who didn't write the script and think that they have it all figured out in their head, because some of it's still confusing to the audience. So that's been really helpful, people coming in and out to look at the show. Also, I've had to do a lot of magic with the audio, because when we were filming, this didn't really seem to click with us right away, that you sound different on the phone than you do in person. So I've had to do a lot of editing voices out and editing voices in, and sounds in the background for continuity. So it's been a long road. I've been down here many hours eating pizza and ice cream, but I'm getting it done. So I'm really excited to see the end product of something that I've truly birthed into this world and raised into an adult. You can edit that out, right?
Oh, I gotta go. Is that what you want? Like,
Yeah, that'll be fine. I'll make it work. Because it just goes into a white light. What do you think? We're all done. It's a wrap.
And if you go, I wanna go.
Can you shake hands for me? Shake them up just a little bit higher. Hi.
So awkward.
No, okay, shake hands again. Higher. Higher. No.
chat. It's not working.
It's not.
Ben.
Lara, I love you. Goodbye, Lara.
Why do you always sound like a creep when you say it?
Because Lara.
Lara.
It's not Laura.
Lara.
It's Lara.
Now seeing if you would like to personate.
Oh, no thank you.
Go
want to buy whatever he's selling.
How do you want me to say it?
Burning out is just like, I love you. Like, you just come.
Laura! I love you.
Yeah.
Laura. Laura.
That's what I gotta work with.
Laura.
Lara.
Laura.
Lara.
Bye. I smiled. Because I fucking nailed the...
Yeah. That was perfect though.
Laura.
Okay, we can't, no.
I love yous.
No.
I love yous. I love yous.
This is over, this friendship.
I love yous.
Hello? Check. 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 I'm on.
It's not.
Okay. I'll
This is all fun and games. But there should have been a comma there. But it's not. Tot, tot, tot. She's, well, there should have been an apostrophe in there too. She's laughing. Roy. Right? Not right now.
What are you doing?
Come on.
Nothing. Why? What are you doing?
I want to see you.
Bad.
Laura. I love you.
And I love you.
Do you know what your name means? It means shining light. That's what you are to me, Laura. Come see me. I'll meet you anywhere.
Meet me at the river park in 10 minutes.
How will I know it's you?
I'm wearing white.
Okay. Hello? Hello?
Car crash. Sound. Credits. She knows what she's doing. She's a professional. Ass taffy. 0.43. Garbage. Jeez.